Yeah, we were discussing about different types of messages under ICMP v4. So, in the previous video, we saw what is error reporting message, and we have seen different types of error messages in case of error reporting message. And we have seen there are two types of message. One is error reporting message and one more is query message. Error reporting message is the one wherein whenever there is an error in transferring the datagram, so that message error message will be sent to the source. Second type is query messages. So query message is the one wherein used for managing the router or the transfer of data. So we'll see about query messages now. Query messages in ICMP can be used independently without relation to an IP datagram. That is, without any relation with IP datagram, we can use this query messages. So, however, we need to encapsulate in a datagram as a carrier. So, we can't directly send it. So, we have to encapsulate along with the datagram, but we can send it independent of IP datagram. So, query messages are used to probe or test the liveliness of a host or a router in the internet. So we can check whether the router or the source or the destination in the internet is live or not. Find the one way or round trip time for an IP datagram between the two devices. So we can check the what is the duration taken between in one way communication or round trip, that is to and fro between the two devices, or even find out whether the clocks in two devices are synchronized to check whether the synchronization is there between the source as well as the destination can be identified using this query messages. So query messages will be in a form of a couple or in a pair. So it will have one request, and in respond to that there will be a reply. So I repeat, query messages are used to test the liveliness of host or router in the internet. It will be used to find one way or two way round trip time for an IP datagram between the two devices, or even we can use to find out whether the two clocks in two devices are synchronized or not. There are few query messages we'll see now. The echo request, so usually we call this as type 8 query message, and echo reply, as I said, there will be the pair, so request as well as reply. So echo request, that is type 8, and echo reply, once again it is type 0 pair of messages used by the host or the router to test the liveliness of the other host. So whenever you want to find out the liveliness of a host or a router, then it can be identified or it can be checked by sending an echo request, and in response to that you will get echo reply for the request sent. Similarly, there is one more type of query message is called timestamp request, or we call it as type 13 query message, and timestamp reply, that is a response to the timestamp request, that is of type 14. Pair of messages are used to find the round trip time between the two devices. So as I said, so whenever you want to check what is the total duration between to and fro sending as well as receiving, can be calculated or found out by using this timestamp request and timestamp reply message. Even the same can be used to check whether the two clocks in the two devices are synchronized. The timestamp request message sends a 32-bit number which defines the time the message has been sent. So when timestamp request message is sent, so it is going to send a 32-bit number which will define the time of the message sent. So in reply to that, timestamp reply resends the number but also include two new 32-bit number representing the time request time received and the time response was sent. So in response to the timestamp request message, the receiver will send a reply, that is timestamp reply, which includes two new 32-bit number. As I said, initially request will be one 32-bit number which defines the time at which the message has been sent. In reply to that, you will get two 32-bit number. One will be representing what time the message has been received, and next one is what time the response was sent. So these are the two response you are going to get for a timestamp request. So based on this, we are going to calculate the round trip time, or we can find out whether the two clocks are synchronized or not. Under this, there are three types of messages which are not used or declared not to be used by IETF. One is information request and reply message. Second one, address mask request and reply message. Third one is router solicitation and advertisement message. So these are the three messages are declared optional by IET. Reason because this work, whatever the three information messages are used, that task has been done by different protocols. We'll see one by one now. The first one is information request and reply message are not used. Reason because these duties are done by the protocol called as address resolution protocol, or we call it as ARP. So whatever the information request and reply message task used to be done before, now this has been done by a protocol called automatic request or address resolution protocol, which is called as ARP. Second one, address mask request and reply message is not used because their duties are done by dynamic host configuration protocol, or in short we call it as DHCP. So mask request as well as reply messages are not used. Similarly, the third one, that is router solicitation and advertisement message, once again not used because once again the task is done by DHCP, that is dynamic host configuration protocol. So since the task has been done by these three protocols corresponding to these three these three messages will not be used nowadays. So this is about ICMP V4 protocol. So we have seen what is ICMP protocol. It's a protocol which is used along with IPv4 because IPv4 does not have any error checking protocol. So it will be used along with IPv4 to find out the error, as well as one more advantage is to uh, for checking or monitoring the network. So in case of this ICV4, there are two types of message we can use. One is called as error reporting message, and second one is query message. So error reporting message, which is used or it is used to find out is there any error whenever a datagram has been sent, and if there is an error, that is packet might not reach the destination, or in between packet might be dropped by the router. So in those cases, a error message will be generated, and that will be sent to the source, and source can take a necessary requirement by updating it to the corresponding protocol. And the second one is query messages, wherein it is used to check the liveliness of a host or the router, or to calculate the round trip time duration between the two systems, or to check whether the two clocks of the two devices are synchronized or not. So with this, the second part in the initial part we have completed. So next we'll see mobile IP. So we know nowadays the mobiles or the personal computers usage is increasing. So we can let us discuss about mobile IP, or the extension of IP protocol that allows mobile computers to connect it to the internet. Thank you.